Dan, what's up, bro? So, I do want to apologize for yesterday. I did end up streaming. The problem is I ended up having stuff that I forgot and didn't know that I was going to end up having to do. Today, the same exact thing. A couple weeks ago, my wife's car was rear-ended by somebody not too far from the house, actually. I'm kind of glad, but the cops let me drive it home, and she took my car to work. We traded, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so we went to drive and pick up her new car today, which was a 2-hour drive there. Sat there for like 30 minutes with the people, signing stuff, doing this and that. And then, of course, another 2-hour drive home. And then I realized, shit, that's stuff that happened to my car the other day. I need to go get the oil changed, even though it's not due yet. So that's a whole nother story. But, like, bro, just shit keeps on stacking up. Like, every single day it just keeps going. And I'm hoping that tomorrow is like a nice, flat, even day where I can just chill. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just too much shit piling up. I got home after getting my son from the school bus, and I said, I'm glad you had dinner already, because guess what? I'm gonna go ride the bike and then start streaming. Dude, I got back, it's 85 degrees. It was literally 30 degrees, 20 degrees less than a week ago here in Maryland. It was fucking 85 degrees today. Holy shit, what the hell is happening? So, of course, I said, all right, my fat ass needs some exercise. So I went and rode my bike. And then I was hot as shit. And I was like, all right, I need to cool down before I stream. So I cooled down, and now here I am. But like every single day I try and stream for you guys. It's just like so much random bullshit keeps happening. Let me switch this to multi-stream so I can see my Twitch peeps. Widen that out. Alright, so let's go ahead. I want to show you guys. I kind of want to jump straight in because I told my son we'll do some stuff after I'm done streaming. He called his friend. They're on the computer playing some video games, but I'm going to do some stuff with him. So I kind of need to make it. Today was literally supposed to be the day, like, guitar solo, fucking double track the whole song, put bass in it. Like, it's just not going to happen. So the next day after today, tomorrow, the song will be finished. Okay, I promise. We're going to today solidify our idea, start recording, and then yeah. B Cole, what's up? You finished that metalcore song you posted the other week? No, I didn't. Actually, it's this one right here. I believe it's this one. This one actually is gonna be a fucking banger, dude. Because I have these clean, crunchy guitars in the beginning. I think it's this one. This is the one you're talking about, I'm pretty sure. There's no bass to it yet. Oh, there is bass. Oh, for what I did for the shorts. There we go. That's as far as I got with the song. I'm so glad you reminded me of that. We do need to finish this one. So after this current song that we started, and it's gonna honestly be a pretty simple one to do. I'm gonna be straight up with you. Um, we'll come back to that one because that one is a banger. Honestly, that one's a banger. There's so much potential to do cool shit in that song. This one's more like a hardcore, thrashy type of crossover. Let's actually see if we can remember our transitions. Ah, I forgot that ending part there. I will get it. I will get it though. Oh my god, it's so hot in here. I don't have my AC units in the windows, and it got up to 85 degrees today. And no, I bought an older house because it's cheaper, okay? Fucking sue me. So I have window units that I have to put in. Dude, can you believe Dan Shack, where are you from again? Are you from the UK? Is it true that people in the UK pretty much go the whole summer without any type of AC or conditioning? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? That's insane. I figured out more things I gotta spend money on. Dude, if you want some things to spend money on, I could give you a list. I could give you a list, my guy. Good God. That's not true. I could have... But I thought, yeah, we have cars. Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, aren't most of the home... It's a certain part of, obviously, you know, Europe is fucking huge, and obviously I'm not talking, like, Western Europe, like Germany and Poland and shit. I'm talking, like, Eastern Europe, like London, Britain, you know, that area. Which I'm pretty sure is where you're from, right? You're not from... Are you from... I can't remember. You're not from Britain. I can't remember where you're from. You're from somewhere cool. Somewhere cool. I feel bad, honestly. If you are from Britain, Britain's happened. I think that might be a little too political, honestly, to talk about. You are from Britain. Hell yeah, dude. As a dumb American, why do people get so mad when Britons walk around with this flag? I need to know. Why do people call each other racist for this flag? I can't even fucking find the flag. It's got like it's like a circle. No way Google won't let me find it. Oh, this one. This one. It looks like the Crusade Cross or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Since you're from there. But what is the... Why do people get so upset about that? Terrorist houses have heating, but you got to get AC added to them. Yes. Okay. So, hey, just from you saying that, I know we're linked and we're on the same page with stuff. So we're on the same page. Cool. Cool. I already know. Hell yeah. It's funny how you can literally these days, like, you can get one person to say one thing and it's like represent, you know what I mean? Especially now, things are really weird, man. Like, everything is super political. I remember back when my buddy really got into God, I'm afraid to say half the stuff that I can say. Conspiracies, um, and there was just like a lot of proof, but a lot of it was hidden, and you couldn't find it, so you had to go like deep fucking subreddit 4chan, and there's so much bullshit and dumb shit and like actual just trash on there. It's very hard to depict. But nowadays, you have people who are like, you're able to actually put this stuff out to the world. It's actually pretty amazing, and especially with it being YouTube, I can't really say much on here, especially about most of the things that are happening right now, especially the war. My shit will get shut down instantly. But yeah, man, I pray for you guys over there in Britain. You guys, you're just too fucking nice. You guys need to just team up and fucking your system, your prime minister and everybody. That dude's a sack of shit. Fucking worthless asshole. Or not the prime minister. That's I think it's something else. No, it is the prime minister, right? Alright, so let's start from the beginning. I want to warm my hands up. I have not got to play guitar at all today. I don't like my prime minister. So we're talking about the same guy. Yeah, there's lots of stuff happening here, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff that people make a huge deal about that is to evade from other huge things happening, and one of those huge things happening is obviously the list. And I mean, personally, I think that that's like probably a good 50 percentile, 25 percentile of the reason that there's a fucking war going on, honestly. Because look, everyone's talking about that and no one's talking about the list now. Are you serious? Dude, that timing is going to be so hard, you guys. But I promise you, when it actually happens and we figure it out, it's going to be so sick. Which is just going to be me, like, recording this piece, then going into that piece and recording. It won't be that bad, but I promise you it's going to be sick. When I find a new band, especially within this genre, one of the big things that you want to look for, because I'll be honest, a lot of the hardcore bands these days, if you're just doing classic hardcore stuff, like there's a lot of mush. I just want to say that most of these like young bands coming out now, the music sounds like mush. It's like deathcore meets hardcore meets like it just like there's too much mush together, and it's all like the easiest, most untalented parts of the music. It's like chug chug, breakdown, breakdown. And I know I sound like a boomer saying that, and I do love that stuff sometimes. But a lot of the times what separates the good ones from the bad ones are things like this part that I'm talking about in the song, where we exit the riff and then go back into our verse riff. Things like that are seriously what takes your music from being like okay to, oh shit, let me rewind that part and hear it again. Like, people that want to hear that part again, like, especially when I show somebody one of my songs and they go, whoa, let me hear that part again, I'm like, I know I got something. It makes that's what I was saying. So with y'all's whole why do you guys have a television? What is it called? It's there was a lot of people that were basically protesting, like, fuck you, I'm not paying this. But it's like a television bill or something like that. Like, you guys have to pay for like a cable or something like that that comes to your house. Something weird. And the whole Disney thing, all that stuff. I mean, we know who Disney's owned by. I mean, come on now. It's all correlated. It really is. Also, what I was saying earlier, I got to spend money on a Floyd Rose 1000 because the guitar I'm buying has a Floyd Rose special, and apparently they suck. Yes, they do. I have one right over there, and trust me, I spent the better half of my band Narc's whole career trying to figure out buying parts, buying this, buying that, because let's say you buy a okay, my experience, I buy the Jackson brand new. It has a Floyd Rose made by Jackson, so I don't know if the design is sent out, this and that. It was very cheaply made. The screws in the back fucking stripped, and I go online. I literally ordered 6 different packages, and until number 5 and number 6, I was unable to find the right parts. And I'm talking to this guy and this guy and this guy saying, oh yes, this should work, blah blah blah. That guitar, one of the pickups died in it. What else happened? It was like just parts and parts and parts. I spent so much time on that guitar, it was ridiculous. If you get a guitar with a Floyd Rose, get a good Floyd Rose. 100%. You're on track. Do not get those cheap fucking Floyd Roses. They do suck. 100% they suck ass cheeks. Yeah, it just goes to show you guys are completely... You guys are almost basically like under fucking communism at that point. They're watching every single thing you do. I know you guys can't say certain things online. There's people getting arrested for literally saying things like, I wish these people that are here illegally would go back home. That's crazy. That's insane. You're going to jail for that? Like, what are we talking about here? Yet there's actual people that are crossing over illegally, you know, unwanted. They're killing, everything else, and it's actually a real problem that you guys have, and you guys are the ones getting in trouble for speaking up about it. There's definitely some type of money coming in, some type of regime that is going on in Britain that is bringing down one of the most foundational Western countries to ever exist. I mean, almost everything that was ever invented was invented right in fucking Europe. Like, everything worth that we still use was invented where you are sitting right now, good sir. And now you guys are like, the forefathers would be, wow. It's crazy, man. I do feel bad. I genuinely do. And there are people in America that speak up about this shit every day because you guys can't. I probably shouldn't even say too much because it's coming through your phone, and then you might get blocked from my channel or something. It's the only good, one of the best 2 things about America is the Constitution being that there is freedom of speech, which there are certain things that they are trying to take away, and the right to bear arms against a tyrannous government. Because most people that don't live in the United States don't understand that the point of the Second Amendment is to not defend yourself against a foreign invader, which could be part of it, but it's actually to retaliate against a tyrannous government that, you know, is kind of already happening, which we really should be using. But anyways, let's run through this song before we get on too much of a political rant. But dude, I'm totally on your side, man. It's fucked up what's going on over there. I really feel for you, dude. So let's start from the beginning. I need to get this last part down here. I'm gonna try and play this part real quick, then we'll start from the beginning. Exactly, Dan. That's what I'm saying. It's fucked up. But yeah, it's the TV license. It's the TV license. Like people don't even want it, and they're like forced to pay for it or something. That's fucked up. Like that's crazy. It's actually wildness. Okay, by the way, I just nailed that take. So we're gonna keep going. Dude, all the shit that's going on. Honestly, gun bans, they try and make things more strict, but it can truly never happen. And we literally the second fucking amendment out of God, there's actually so many amendments that people don't even realize this, but there are like fucking there's almost fucking endless at this point. They keep adding shit. But there is the first two are literally the most important at the end of the day, with the situation that Dan Shack is going through right now. They're taking away freedom of speech, and the weapons, guns have been gone. The best, like what I was saying, Anonymous, was that the best part of our right to bear arms is that it is towards a tyrannous government, rather than if it wasn't like, which is kind of part of the reason that I feel like if anything they would want to, because at the end of the day it's those people up there versus you know, a bajillion fucking people. We got like a few thousand people versus the United States. It's like, come on, man. I mean, shit. Even as like super liberal as where I live in Maryland, as fucking liberal as Maryland is, like there are so like almost everybody's got a fucking gun. You know what I mean? They do have like strict carry laws. I'm actually about to get my open carry. I'm gonna be getting my. So I'm taking my class. I'm signing up for that. I just got sent all the links to the places that my stepdad went, because he was searching around for like some of the cheaper places to go or the best places to go. So I asked him, and I found the place to first get the permit and then get the open carry permit, so that way I can actually carry it around. Well, there's one place in America that technically doesn't have taxes, and that is Delaware. Delaware does not have sales tax, but of course you can imagine that they probably get around this by just boosting the price of things within that 6 cents, which would be 6 pennies. You know, I don't know. I'm sure that you know American currency. I'm actually really bad with knowing currency in other countries. I fucking suck with that stuff. What is the European country that does like their weight? It's not pounds, it's not kilos, it's stone. Who does the stone? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, that's got to be one of the dumbest ones. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I weigh 13 stone. Like, what the fuck? Idaho doesn't have sales tax either. I thought Delaware was the only place without sales tax. Huh. I'm here in Washington. It's hella strict here. Dude, my buddy's out in Washington right now. He tried telling me the dumbest shit ever, and I'm like, dude, you gotta be joking me. He's like, dude, it's great here. The cops don't bother you. And I'm like, yeah, the cops don't bother you. Don't you remember 3 years ago with the whole defund the police thing? They went through with it in fucking Washington State. They literally had to fire police officers and defund their basically being able to protect themselves. So yeah, they don't go into the neighborhoods that you're hanging out in. That's why you don't see the cops, because they're literally fucking defunded. Like, what are you talking about? And it's like, yeah, let's defund the police from our tax dollars. Okay, well, where did those tax dollars go? Did they go towards roads? Did they go towards orphan children? Or did they most likely go to making fucking nukes and missiles in Israel? Like, honestly, where did they go? You're gonna tell me all the taxpayer money that you wanted gone from police is now all of a sudden going towards the state. I don't buy that for a second. Our system's way too corrupt for that to be a real thing. At this point, I don't want to say I'm very black-pilled about this situation, but I mean, I've felt this way for honestly a long time, but I feel like the only way to truly change things is to go in guns a-blazing, get rid of the problem, and then we start over with people we want in charge. That's truly the only way. That's truly the only way. There's too many of them. There's too much money. There's too much blackmail. They just all gotta go. They gotta go one way or another. You know? That's the only way. If we don't do that, there's never gonna be any true justice. Alright, anyways. I could go on and on all day about politics and our system and shit, but I'm not going to be on here too long, so we need to actually get to this song. So I nailed that part there. I say at the very least we get the intro, verse, the little chorus section, and then the next verse. So I say we double track that right now, and we see where we're at then. So that way tomorrow, all we got to do is come up with a cool part, guitar solo, chug, 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 add some bass, and we're pretty much done at that point. So as far as the song being written, so let's tune up and start recording. My brother's actually living in Idaho right now. Okay, we're all tuned up. We're I guess we should record the, because we're going to do that, so let's record that. All right, one more. Fuck. That's what we need. Then that's gonna bring us right to the riff. We're good to go. Too much fuck ups. Let's take it Um, let's do 8 bars, and then let's do 8 bars by 8 bars. It's just gonna be the easiest way for me to do it. I feel it, man. Where do you live, Anonymous? And the Digitech is the Digitech drop good, or are there better ones? Somebody was telling me about the Poly something pedal and that it's better. Um it when it comes, so there are better ones. The drop is good if you just plan on going down like 1 or 2, maybe 3 semitones, but there is apparently better pedals out there for like the same price. I would have to look it up and find it, which I'll do in a minute. But yeah, there is. So, do you live in Washington? Mm. Yeah, I figure my buddy was full of shit. He's in Washington State somewhere as well. I don't know where, but I do know that he's there doing art and stuff like that. There we go. Now we can record the other one. Bear in mind, it's a 2-minute walk away. My uncle lives in Texas, and my granddad has pretty much all of his guitars, including my dream guitar, but I can't take a look at it. Bear in mind, he's a 2-minute walk away. What do you mean? Oh, you mean that your uncle and your granddad live next to each other? Yeah, dude. I actually need to ask him where he's at, because he was in Florida, then they ditched Florida, and then he went up to Washington, and he's like, "Yeah, I love it up here." Represent. They don't have actual Old Bay on them, but they still bust. Why can't you see them? You should ask him for one, bro. You should be like, hey, man. I mean, my God, he's all the way across the country. He's on the other side. All right, let's get this riff, and then we're into the next part. All right, let's start that over. Oh, damn. Yeah, that'd be worth a little money too, bro. All right, that's where we're gonna switch it. Might have to change some stuff up there, honestly. Let's delete it. We can do better. Yeah, because right there is where I want to punch into the Floyd Rose. So we'll keep it simple for that part. Fuck. keep that for now. Hey, if he's in Texas, how he ever gonna know? You just gotta break into Grandpa's house, bruh. How much do one of those guitars go for? Especially if it's a custom shop one. And that's where it goes into that part. So let's just try it, see if it sounds good. I feel like if it was a custom shop, like the exact one that what's his name from Avenged Sevenfold would be playing, you would definitely be having a lot more expensive of a guitar. Damn, can you still buy them new? Okay, so it says this says custom shop, but it's 1500. Oh no, wait, it says custom S. Does that mean something different? This vintage burst one is 7,000. At least that's what they're asking on Reverb. I don't know if that's crazy for this guitar. Well, there's other ones. Custom shop. This is a custom shop. It's a lot of money. I did some work on one of these guitars for somebody that I know that does tattoos, and it was around the time that she had first started tattooing. She had been doing art for a little bit. She's actually the one that did this drawing. I worked on the guitar. I was like, yeah, no, I just love working on guitars. Like, give me that thing, I got you, because I was also considering buying a Floyd Rose at that point in time, and I was like, this will be good for me to learn. So, got the guitar from her, and she was offering to pay me, and I was like, no, just, whatever strings you have, let me know. That's just whatever I need to put on it. And then she drew that for me for doing the work on the guitar. But it wasn't one of the like custom ones. I think brand new, I looked it up, it was like $800 or something like that. I always thought it was a cool guitar till I realized that it was a what's it called? Not a custom, a signature guitar. And I was like, oh, so if I were to get one of these, it would look like I'm the hugest Avenged Sevenfold fan, and I'm not like a huge Avenged Sevenfold fan, so I can't really like, you know. Yeah, I figured it was the black one. The only reason I clicked on the Sunburst one, is because those ones were going for more. But yeah, I'm really surprised that any type of custom shop guitar is being sold for $1,500. Honestly, like that's pretty crazy. I, and I know that that's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but as far as like I said, a custom shop guitar goes, that's not a super crazy. Like a lot of times, custom shop stuff is made by a very specific builder that has been at the company for years. They have a few of them, and he works on that guitar himself. And then they range from like, five, 6,000 to $10,000 to $20,000 guitars, all because some dude was in the back with a screwdriver and a hammer just beating up the guitar to make it look terrible. It might be signed. Yeah, I think it has like a signature on the back of the guitars, right? Like on the pick guard. All right, let's get this part. So I just got to remember that bend down. Okay, and I'll have to punch in there somewhere. Let me just do that again. Let me do that again. Here. Shit, I need to pinch. I need to. Damn it, too sloppy, too sloppy. This is the one. Fuck. That was like perfect. Let's just throw this up here for now and then try and nail it like this. Thank you, good sir. I have a Kerry King guitar. Don't even listen to Slayer. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Slayer fan either. I do like Slayer. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not like the biggest Slayer. Like to me, Slayer feels like you're listening to Slayer. You know what I mean? Like it's just Slayer all the time, all the way, all the time. You know what I mean? Like they didn't. It feels like Slayer didn't make as many songs as the bands from that time that were, as fast and aggressive, which they are very fast and aggressive, but in order to make people remember, there has to be something to it. Like when you're listening to South of Heaven, or when you're listening to even Rain and Blood, there's those like very pivotal riffs in there that like changed metal, I'm not saying that they didn't do that, but definitely as you go on, you listen to the songs and you're like, man, I wish that there was like just a little bit more of something, My buddy had this one guy in his band. Well, I don't want to call him my buddy anymore because he's a traitor, and he's a traitor of all sorts. Honestly, to be quite honest with you, he's a traitor in every way possible. But I will say this: when he was in the band, he was in another band at the same time. But the guy who he was in the band with was the vocalist, but he wasn't the vocalist, and spent all this money on this Kerry King, Marshall Kerry King head at JCM 800. And they go for a lot of money. And I told well, I'm not gonna say his name, but I told him whenever he goes to sell it, let me know. I'll buy it from you for a good price because they're very rare at this point, especially in good condition. And I also hooked him up with the guy who worked on it and fixed it. So anyway, he had the Kerry King head, but he wasn't like a huge Slayer fan. So I do get that, but when you have such an iconic signature guitar, it's kind of like, you know, if you have a Dimebag style guitar, you are obviously a big old Pantera fan. So that's the only reason. And I love Pantera, don't get me wrong, but I've never been like, Dime is life. I have wanted to get one of the Dime guitars, though, especially like a 90s one from the late 90s, maybe even the year I was born, or early 2000s. But man, there's so much money just to have, play, obviously, but, you know, to also just have. But yeah, the guy that was in the band, so the way that he ended up with it, the way that he ended up with that amp is the guy was like a super drunk, and he ended up going to jail for some reason. And he was in there for a long time, and come to find out, he was like talking to a bunch of underage girls, like, and he was way too old. At that time, he was like 30, early 30s. So, and he was talking to like 14-year-olds and shit. So, real fucking weird dude. But he ended up going to jail. And Adam, alright, I just said his name, ended up taking the amp. He said, fuck it, that shit's mine now. And I honestly, I don't blame him. Fuck that guy. Fuck them both, I should say. One more crab chip. Oh. Dime guitars are sick. It just feels like I would need to know a lot of Pantera songs to have one, and I don't. Okay. That's a rad choice. The only signature guitar that I ever saw and was like, yo, I want that really bad, and it wasn't anything to do with the signature guitar that belonging to that person. It was actually a Solar guitar, and it is the one from a really good YouTuber named Killer Tone Texas. And it was when I was still into Les Paul bodies. Let's go artist series. It should just say Killer Tone. Here it is. Badass guitar. Got the Seymour Duncan black winners in it. The back of the neck is satin. Fuck, can I go to another one? Okay, so as you can see, the back of the guitar is satin. It has that Solar headstock on it, so it looks really cool. It has the Seymour Duncan Black Winners in it. The frets are stainless steel jumbo frets, and at this time when I wanted it, I was like, this guitar is awesome, and not every guitar company was doing the mix of like this. You get jumbo frets and this and that. Because this came out, I think, in like 2019. I think is when it came out. Let's go to YouTube
Auto insurance
and see when
all
this
seem-
was released. 5 years ago, so close. 2021. Actually, it's almost 6 years. It should be. Yeah. Anyway, super sick guitar, but ended up not getting it. Ended up spending my money on other stuff. Dude, I want another Solar guitar. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I genuinely want another Solar guitar. There's 3 type of guitars that I want really bad right now. I want a 7-string, I want a baritone, and I want another Solar guitar. Straight up. If I had unlimited money, to be honest with you, I would get 3 more of these and have them in E standard, E flat like this one, and then I would have one that is drop D and one that is drop C. That way I ain't gotta worry about shit. If I had the money, I'd say screw it. I'd take them all in at once and have someone take care of them, support a business. I honestly, because I love this guitar, but having 4 of these guitars would literally cost you 2, 8, 9, 10, over $10,000 after tax. It'd probably be like $10,500 to have 4 of these guitars. It would be ridiculous. I ain't got that type of money at all. I'm a paycheck to paycheck broke ass bitch who loves metal, loves punk, loves hardcore, and just wants to make some rad music on some rad guitars with some rad sick guitar tones. I'm not gonna lie, that is sick. And now that you mention that, Anonymous, dude, I went through a phase where I was about to get a Kelly or a V, but then the guy I was talking about earlier that was in my band, he ended up getting a Kelly and already had a V, and I was like, I want to be different. I don't want us to both have the same type of guitar when we're on stage. I think that it could be cool if it was like a different aesthetic, because I don't know, I just thought it would be cool. So anyways, I was looking at some other guitars, and I was like really close to almost, I at first wanted to go Jackson, but then I was like, why don't we do the ESP Arrow? Because dude, the ESP Arrow is pointy, it's aggressive, it's fucking ESP. They make great shit. It's like $1,000, $1,100 guitar. Maybe it's more now, but they're amazingly built guitars for the money, and it's just a guitar that will last you your whole life. It's a pointy guitar. It's metal as fuck, and it comes with some Seymour Duncans. I think the Nazgul or the Black Winners in it. It's sick. I mean, it's fucking awesome. And stainless steel frets, I think. Come on. That's almost what I got. Get a Benjamin Netanyahu signature. Benjamin. I've never heard of that. Who the hell's Benjamin Burnley? I'm really bad with names. I'm going to just say that right now. When it comes to people in bands and stuff, I suck at that stuff. I've never been one of those people that's ever like been into a band and then idolized like somebody that's in that band and like tried to have characteristics of my playing or this or that. If anything, it's always been like I've always thought of music never as one instrument. I've always thought of music as every instrument, which is why I think I naturally liked playing stringed and percussive instruments. I've always steered, I believe it or not, like you guys see me always playing guitar, But when I'm on my drum set, you know, I feel like it is where I'm supposed to be. I feel like I'm supposed to be behind a drum kit. Yeah. Dude, I'm about to fishman out every motherfucking thing. I'm gonna tell you that. If they're gonna help me out the way that they say they are, bro, Fishman's gonna be my first company. And then hopefully Sweetwater will send me stuff over. Because Sweetwater's cool to the point where you can give them a really cool story. Like, this happened to Kyle Bull. Kyle Bull is friends with the guitarist of a band called God's Hate. Their stuff got stolen while on tour. Kyle Bull was able to get a hold of Sweetwater, make him a super sick pedal board that basically had a built-in power amp, like just the whole thing, and the guitar, some other odds and ends. But Sweetwater literally gave him the stuff to make the video to give to that guitarist for getting his stuff stolen. And I would love to be able to do stuff like that. It's not just about me either. Like I would want that for content, obviously, but it's not about just getting stuff. I have enough cool stuff, honestly, and I have nowhere to put my shit. So like I'm cool with not having more stuff. Honestly, I just want more followers so that way I can get to a point where I can actually make more content and give more shit away. Like that would be sick. Call me Mr. Beast of Guitars. That would be me. I was gonna get the one with the Fishmans. Yes, I read that. I'm a huge Alexi Glazer. I stopped playing guitar for the longest time. Then I heard Children of Bodom for the first time. Doesn't Children of Bodom use 7 strings a lot? They use 6 and 7 strings, right? Yeah. Dude, the Sustainiac. Believe it or not, the first time I ever heard of a Sustainiac was fucking years ago. Whenever I first started getting into the YouTube thing, like, you know, actually watching YouTubers and learning about stuff, which that's a whole nother story. But, and I saw one of Ola England with a Sustainiac, and I was like, what the fuck is this thing? This is the coolest thing ever. I need one now. Time passed, I'm too broke, time passed. I went through a huge Midwest emo phase. I genuinely thought I was going to be the next Midwest emo fucking god. And not gonna lie, I was fucking killing it with that stuff. I was just posting to Facebook in probably like 2017. Yeah, it was 2017, 2018. Huge into Midwest emo. Huge, and at that time it was Midwest emo and hardcore. Like those were like the 2 big things I was into at that point. And I used to post online. I used to have this one guy. I actually messaged him the other day. I was like, hey man, he's like, dude, I haven't had one of my guitars in an alternate tuning in years now. I'm like, bro, we were literally the Midwest fucking boys. Like, we would tag each other in the post and be like, you know, let me hear yours today. And yeah, man, it was just cool as shit. But that was the first time I saw it. And believe it or not, you want to know what got me into gear, you guys? That Randall amp that's up there, I'm not going to move my camera. It's too much of a pain in the ass. But that Randall amp that's up there, that solid state, when I first, well, that's a whole nother separate story. Basically, the one got taken away. I bought that one, which was like the same as the one that got taken away. I was using it for my pop punk band that I was in. And I was sold on, you know, having or using a solid state amp. I was like, I don't see much of a difference. Like, why would I spend all this money on this? And then we had a really bad show. It was a basement show. We were having fun. We were drinking a little, smoking a little. We played our set. All you could hear was the drums, and then my buddy is, you know, screaming into the mic. You couldn't barely hear the guitars and the bass. So basically it was drum, bass, and yelling because he couldn't hear himself, so he wasn't even able to sing the pop punk songs. He was just like screaming them. And We were high energy though. I actually ended up taking my guitar and whacking him in the face that night with it, and he just ate it like a champ. Uh, but yeah, so after that show, I was like, man, I don't know what happened. My amp had shit out on me. That one right there still doesn't really work. You barely get any volume out of it. I said, dude, fuck this. I said, I need to figure out what to do. There was another guy there who was big into the tone chasing tube amps and stuff, and they told me, yeah, he uses tube amps and stuff like that. Boom. Go home. That whole week, nothing but looking up tube amps, getting into it, this and that, nonstop. And then I was like, all right, this is what has to happen. And then that is how I ended up buying. Y'all ain't even gonna believe this, but I bought that Mesa triple rectifier back there for $700. Why don't you use your IRL rigs? Well, because I'm in this room and I don't have a capture box to capture it. It's just too loud, man. It's just too loud. It would literally come through the microphone, and it would just be too much work to constantly pause the microphone, turn up, all right, I'm good. And I would just be sort of using my tubes for nothing. I can, do this. I do love hopping on my amps and stuff, and I'm trying to, low key, I'm actually trying to find some people to jam with here soon. I've talked to one person that I know. I told him, I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you want to play guitar, that's fine. I'll do drums or guitar. I don't care, because I love playing drums. When I'm on drums, for some reason, I'm like really, really focused and able to structure songs really well. I don't know why, but when I'm on drums, I'm just really good at structuring songs, and they always turn out fucking bangers. You use an impulse response, yes. But in order to go from amp into interface, there has to be a median, and that median is a loader. You need an attenuator with maybe an IR loader in it, sort of like the Torpedo Captor. You could get the Torpedo Captor X and literally have your amp, plug it into that, make it go into there, and then use an impulse response. I could do that, but I would need to buy the Torpedo Captor X, and I've never really seen any real benefit, because to me, using the tube amps is usually about making it sound good through your speakers. You know what I mean? So if anything, maybe I would want to get some really good impulse responses of my own cabs and then go from there. So, yeah. Dude, congrats, man. Fuck yeah. Fist bump through the fucking, through the phone, dude. That's what's up. That's actually really awesome. You're tested on the 18th. Fucking good luck to you, man. I know you'll do fine. What type of CDL? Are you trying to do big rig? Or are you trying to do, what is it, 24 or 32? Is it 24 or 32? The box trucks? Are they 32 feet or 24? I think they're 32, or I can't remember, but there's different sizes, but you still need your CDLs to drive them regularly, I'm pretty sure. Class A, damn. Pinky out. This dude's fucking Class A, man. Yeah, so in order to make an impulse response, you sort of need to... So another thing that I could do is technically I could get... Long story short, the best way to do it would be Torpedo Captor X. That's the best way to do it. And it's not anything new. People have been using those and doing it for a while. Like, it's nothing new. But I feel like I probably will end up with some type of fucking latency. And then I'll have to find an impulse response that I like with the amp. I don't know. It's a process, and I'll probably get there. I've actually already thought about using them before. That was my original intent, doing the lives, but it just was not working. So if the YouTube channel gets bigger, what I plan to do is have a separate studio away from my house where I go and do my lives. Like if I'm able to do this as a full-time job, separate, the work from home, and then be able to have like a separate spot where the cord comes up and I don't have the speaker blaring here. I can just hear where I'm at. And then if it gets to that point, what I'll do is they have these robotic mechanical arms that move your mics around for you. So I could literally be sitting at my desk, have the amp in a completely different room, control how far over the mic moves. As you can see, I have it mic'd up right now with the SM57. My favorite combo is, I love two SM57s, obviously the classic, one on cone, one off axis on cone, or one center and then one off axis 45 degrees. But I really love, my favorite tone has got to be having a large diaphragm condenser with the dynamic mic. That's got to be my favorite. That's usually when I'm coming up with an impulse response in here, that's usually what I'll do. I'll blend it usually like 60 to 70% SM57 to get that nice sharp fizz, and then to get sort of that just sort of round roominess, I'll rely on this mic, just to sort of give it that little bit more realism. Yeah, so let's get this done. We're at almost an hour and a half. Dude, I missed it by a cunt hair. I literally just missed it by a cunt hair. I hope you blow up. But the reason I enjoy the stream so much is because I can actually interact with you, if I gotta be honest. Yeah, exactly. We can talk, we can interact, you can ask questions. Which is what I love. The reason I started doing the live streams was originally, and I'll be honest, the reason I genuinely started doing the live streams was, A, I was curious, and B, I wanted to be able to add more to the channel than I was able to with not having more stuff to be able to provide content with on the channel. So I wanted to showcase my songwriting abilities, because I feel like one of my strong suits has always been, and I didn't just magically wake up one day like that. I mean, maybe I was there a little bit just naturally, but I've always been able to just sit down with a group of people and write a killer song and just have a good time and, structure it. And I've always enjoyed doing that. I've always, aside from this, been with live musicians and always doing stuff live. So when it comes to doing this, I feel comfortable being able to just start from scratch while I'm talking, also writing, So I feel fine doing it like this, and I wanted to showcase it. So those were really the two main reasons. And then it got to the point where I started to get to know you guys, and, I love just coming and hanging out and talking the shit, bullshitting with the boys, and also Pam and just everybody else, the dudes and the gals. Fuck! That one was really good. I'm gonna keep, but I'm gonna snip. I'm just gonna move it back where I want it. There we go. Yeah. A while back, I was talking about um, having shirts made anonymous. You might remember this, Dan Chak. You might be too new to remember. Well, you're not new, but you know it was a while ago. The first artist I had fell through. The second artist I had to start making the shirts fell through. Uh, Tyler, Big T, on here from the chat, me and him got to talking, and he figured out a cool company where people can order what they want. The company makes it. They take a percentage of profit. I would keep the rest. You guys would get the shirt sent from them. Well, the other person that I had, I kept in contact with. They started it, got really sick. We stopped talking, and just have not finished it. So something that I want to actually get back on the roll with again is making some cool merch, because I don't want the merch to be lame. I don't just want Cody Barnett on YouTube, subscribe. That's fucking gay. So what I want to do is have I've already got the idea. I don't want to spoil too much, but the design's already picked out. It's just a matter of creating the CB and making it sort of like a watermark type of look, so it can be on a pocket, and that's like you guys supporting the channel, and then have some back art and stuff. Yeah, dude. And I already promised everyone, from Pam to Savannah to all the OGs, To, everybody, Andrew. I've already promised everybody, AC. I've already promised them that with their purchase, I'll make sure to personally send them one of my. That was weird. I heard like like something was sizzling. I told them I would send them one of my band shirts. Well, Narc shirts, because I don't really consider us a band anymore, which sucks, but it is what it is. We need a drummer. Yeah, man. I would love to have you guys be able to support it, because that's one thing that I want to do, to be able to put back into the channel, because then I can really start, like you guys said yesterday, buy it and then return it and just use it for content. Whatever you guys send me, I can use that money to just go buy stuff, try it out, make cool content, and then take it back. So, yeah. I guess the way that I am, I really like everything to just be clean, perfect, organized when I do stuff, but it's not going to be like that. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be messy, and I got to just get used to that when it comes to making content and stuff. Alright, so now we're going back into the riff. So let's start it from the beginning so you guys can hear what we got. Obviously no bass yet. That's so sick. That's so sick. It's so good. I'm gonna check them out later. Yeah, so the cool thing about Narc is, me and my buddy, when we started all the bands we've been in, we've always said from the beginning, DIY all the way, 100%. Let's make this shit happen. And it really started doing like good. Like, we were really able to do it. But once you get bad apples in the bunch, everything just starts to spoil and go rotten. So What happened with Narc was just drummers. It was honestly just drummers. And right before we were getting a show lined up, we sort of had an argument in the basement. And our bassist and guitarist were sort of being a little sloppy. And I was like, I guess by the show we'll be ready. I was like, I guess we don't have to be perfect for our first show, like whatever. But I do want to come out swinging because once I play that first show, I know how I am. It's like a drug. As soon as I finish, it's like I want to go back up again and play again. You know, it's like nerve-wracking getting back to that first show, but then once you get back, it's like I need to do it again. So I was like, I want to make sure that everybody's ready for that part because when we get to that part, I'm not going to slow down. I'm going to keep fucking going. So with Narc, because the other band I told you guys about that I said was probably one of the best, most magical, you know, playing together bands that I've ever had, Smirk, because that didn't work out, I said, fuck this shit. I'm going to learn how to record. I'm going to learn how to do this shit. I'm sick of relying on people. I'm sick of dealing with all these shitty motherfuckers. If somebody quits, it won't matter because I'll program the drums. I'll fucking play the guitar. I'll record the bass. I'll do vocals with you, Cypress. It doesn't matter. We got this. We're going to be good. We're going to have music whether we're able to play shows or not. Well, that first EP we released was literally, and I guess hindsight, it doesn't sound terrible for definitely the first thing I ever recorded. Like, it's quite literally, each song is the first songs that I ever sat down and wrote, and I put a lot of money into it. I bought Easy Drummer. I bought all the groove packs. I bought all the drum kits. I bought all the guitar plugins. I bought all the mix and master plugins. I spent almost $3,000 on that stuff within like a couple months span. You know what I mean? Like, I spent so much fucking money to make it happen, and then people just kept shit in the bed, dude. They just kept, like, drummer gone, bassist gone, drummer. Just kept going. It was terrible, man. And I was like, you know, fuck this. Like, this band feels cursed. I need a break. I need to be gone. I need a fucking break. You know? We ended up releasing 2 songs after that EP. Did we? Should be. Yeah, there should be 2 songs. Yeah, there is. There's 2 songs outside the EP. That's when I started to get a little bit better months later. And now I'm at where I'm at now, and we could be, like, producing amazing fucking shit, and the band's just not together. Sucks. Oh, you're probably spelling it wrong here. That's how you spell it. I typed it in the chat for you. Yeah, GNARK. It's narc, like narc. So that was when I had the band Smirk, we were playing on a Floyd Rose with Drop C. But I didn't want the songs to be, like, super heavy. I wanted them to have more of a crossover thrash feel. So what I would do was I would play the songs in drop C, but I'd be on the 3rd or 4th fret, similar to kind of what I'm doing with this song right now. So if I needed that extended range going back to go a little heavier or lower, or heavier, lower, I would have it, and it worked out good, and I was making some pretty cool songs. But then I said, fuck this shit. I want to play in standard, and then I said, nah, let's go half step, and it gave it a little bit more of an edge, and I was like, this is the tuning. This is my favorite tuning, and that's literally how this tuning became my favorite tuning. Spiky logo. Yeah, it should look like this. It's not Narkill, it's Narc. Dude, the Chrome logo, so it changed it automatically, but we had a really dope Chrome logo. I think it's only at the bottom now. No, it's not even at the bottom now. But yeah. So Cleaved in Two and Engulfed were the two songs afterwards. The guy who did the art to March to Oblivion was like, we told him what we wanted, and looking back, I think he produced, especially the what we were getting him. But the vocalist of the band is a graphic designer. He's actually the one that did the painting that's behind me. I don't know why you can't see the stuff in my camera anymore. It's like it's fucking zoomed in or zoomed out. Bro, I can't zoom my camera back out. What the hell? There we go. But yeah, he did some of the art that's in the room here. And he did the album covers that are on here as well. He did the Cleaved in Two and the Engulfed one. That, I love that Engulfed riff. That I think it's fuck. I can't remember how it goes anymore. I don't know how to play any of those songs all the way through anymore. Some pretty good riffs in there. It's also that band is when I first started playing guitar solos too. Like it was all improv on the spot, like just learning how the fuck to solo. I want to do a pause when it comes back into this. All right. Let's record the second verse now. Dude, I missed a couple notes there at the end, but I was locked the fuck in there. We're gonna keep that and then go back and fix the ones we need. I don't want to delete the whole 16 bars. It was actually pretty solid, and then we'll just go in and tweak the things that need tweaked, because it was pretty solid. but I'm actually gonna re-record it. Halftime, slow it. Well, that's what I'm gonna do at the end. The end, I'm actually, the BPM drops down to 148 from 188, and then it's gonna get like pretty heavy. I want to do like a pause in here. You mean like do like some kind of like warped slow effect within that riff? Because I was, that's exactly what I was saying. Like I want to do something like that in there. I don't know if that's what you mean, but that's what I was talking about. After this part, what I'm thinking, Anonymous, is going into like a bridge section, maybe like a key shift, and then do a guitar solo, and then that guitar solo is gonna build up into a heavy section. You know. Something. It's gonna be cool. Yeah, so okay, let's correct this one first and then go in and correct the other one. So we need to fix the ending to this one here. Oh, I think the wifey's home. Yeah, she definitely has to be. That was definitely her. I'm sure she's loving the new car. Okay, so it's the pinches. Baby.
He's sweating his balls off. I should own any car.
Yeah.
He loves.
You enjoying it? Look how sweaty Bean looks. Poor guy. It's hot in here, isn't it? I know. It's hot. I'm gonna end up having to put those AC units in sooner than I thought. Yeah, it's like right around here. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this. Let's try and do it one take. Fuck it. Is this the guy Ola was talking about? Ola England definitely doesn't know who I am. I ain't that cool. Not yet. I will be. I mean, maybe he was. I don't know. Did he put me in a video? That would be pretty sweet if one of my videos ended up in a video. Wouldn't it be crazy if we just got like an influx of people coming from Ola's video or something? It's like, hey guys. Alright, let's try this. Wait. What part are we at? Oh, okay, we're at this part. Okay, let's start here. Okay, so it is that part. It's like a Twitter thing. Dude, you're gonna have to, if you're serious, dude, you gotta send me what you're talking about. Is it on his Twitter? There's no way you're being for real. You're trolling. You're definitely trolling. Why would Ola be talking about me? I mean, I've been putting out content for a little while now. I think I do okay stuff. But there's no way he's talking about me. Like, why would he mention me? I feel like that's way too cool to be true. If that is true, that's crazy. Because he's literally the one that got me into content stuff. I'm trying to find my Twitter. But I don't ever use it, so... Oh, duh, it's X. Fucking dumbass. Ola England. Is he even on Twitter? Oh, there he is. Yeah, you'll have to send it in the Discord. I'm on Twitter, but I don't see nothing. Probably, like I say, probably didn't. But after the other day, from Ken Sussy hitting me up, from All That Remains, As I Lay Dying, and from Fishman, you know, I'm willing to at least look into it, because I would have never thought that he would have hit me up, and he did hit me up. So I figure it's worth at least taking a look. I mean, if he didn't, he didn't. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not going to stop. And I am going to meet Ola England. And we're going to look back at this day. And then if anyone's trolling, it ain't even going to matter. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing. Ain't a thing but a chicken wing. Fuck. Why can I not get that right? There we go. Got a way better one now. Okay, so what I was talking about doing is after we get done this cool, like, weird chuggy part here. Oh, maybe I should do like a da 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 da, like sort of like the riff is building. That would be sick. That would be sick. Okay, so let's listen. Bum, 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 bum. We have to do that. We have to do that. That's so sick. Okay, so where's the halfway point? Halfway point's right here. So it'd be bump, dun, 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 bump, dun, 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 dun. Then we can just change the drums real quick as a dun, 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 to the snare. Easy. Alright, let's make that happen. Let's just make these disappear. Fuck it. Alright. Yeah. We're about to end stream, Dan Shack, so just hold tight. Okay, let's go and get these. I know it's late. I know it's late. We are almost done, though. We're gonna go... Let's go 10 more minutes, okay? Let me get these drums, save. So right here, we need to go into our MIDI. It needs to be a da 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 da. So kick, 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 kick. Oh, this might... I might have to go in the triplet for that. Or swing. Yeah. So we're going off on the swings here. Then we start it over, down. Might just be like that. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. in the attempt. So there is me. Let's just do a shitty version of it for now. Instead of doing that last one, I'll like do a little something on the snare like this. Shit. That sounds cool. So now we're going to come out of the dun 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 into probably a key change. I don't know exactly how I want to do it, but and then go into a solo. Let's record a little demo of that. I'll come back to it tomorrow. We're at 2 hours, so I'm getting ready to hop off. Hopefully nothing, hopefully nothing comes up tomorrow, so I will be able to actually get on when I said I did. But at this point, I hate promising things that I can't deliver, so I don't want to promise you guys something that I'm unable to deliver, but I am almost certain I have nothing going on tomorrow, so I'm going to be able to start earlier than I have been, which is technically my fault, but also it wasn't really my fault. had to cut it off there. I didn't want it doing that fucking double split thing it does. Okay, so let's take this here. We'll have fast drums over the slow guitar with melodic leads. Ooh, it's going to be nasty, boys. Tomorrow's going to be fun, actually. I love writing leads. I will say, though, I am probably going to cheat just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm going to try and come up with some leads for it before I start the stream. What days do you stream? Right now, it's just kind of random. And the only reason for that is because I've been working on other content, trying to come up with a schedule. Until I can, like, for sure make this a consistent thing, like a work schedule, I would say the days that I want to be able to promise you guys would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those are the days that I want to plan for streaming. The other days, obviously, I have work, my real full-time job, but in the meantime, I want to be able to put out YouTube Shorts and be working on longer form content. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we can bang out a song in those 3 days and just have a good time streaming. So a total of like 6-7 hours streaming, and we end up with a cool song. So yeah, this one's gonna be a pretty fucking banger, dude. I'm gonna have to get someone to do vocals on this. I'll shred my voice if I try and do what I want to do on this. Whew, I know I will. Anyways, you guys, of course, thank you guys. If there's anyone new in here, hit the follow, hit the subscribe button. We are doing a pedal giveaway, pedal picks, all that good stuff. So anyways, love you guys. Be safe out there. I'll check you later.